Good morning, everybody. It's Lori, and I've invited, it was a really impromptu thing that I just decided to jump on a Zoom and invite people in if they want to come in to talk about their program, how things are going, what their challenges are, really inspired by Emily's post. And Emily, I hope you don't mind me, calling that out here, because here's the thing. I thought it was so cool what she posted, because I think there's a lot of people that feel that way, and they feel like they're the only ones, because too often what we share in the Facebook group tends to be only the really great stuff. You don't hear where people may be struggling or where maybe they have some challenges, and I think that's something that you kind of need to see that side of it too, because everyone has challenges, everyone has temptations, everyone deals with it a little differently. I appreciate you all so much, sharing your stories, sharing your triumphs, sharing your struggles, because that's how we all help each other. And temptation isn't anything new. We're going to have that in our lives, whether it's in food, or whether it's in, oh gosh, I went to, the store and I saw this great dress. I really would love to have that, but gosh, really, should I buy that right now? I really can't. Oh, I'm going to buy it anyway. It's an instant gratification thing. And so I think sometimes you find that happening. Hey, how you doing?
Good. I'm just going to mute and turn off my camera because I'm
Okay.
walking around the house. But I wanted to listen in.
Yeah,
you look pretty.
I put on lipstick for this, girl.
I see it, and mascara and everything. It's so pretty.
And we're recording, so now everybody knows I've gotten cleaned up for this.
Oh, well, you're such a pretty lady anyway. Okay.
All right. So, that was Megan, guys, in case you didn't recognize Miss Viking Queen. That's her avatar on Zoom. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about was there was a coach at conference, and her name is Stacy, and she lost a lot of weight on this program. But she said one of the things that she realized through the course of doing it, because she lost a bunch of weight on MetaFast, gained it all back, but then started Take Shape for Life. And that's where I really think the difference is between a diet mentality, which is what we're all used to, and creating the life that you want. Because we know that carrying too much weight is going to lead to health problems. And for some people, it can be their demise. It's just a question as to when that's going to happen. When I did 5 and 1, my program, initially it was, I had a kid at home, I had a husband at home, they all wanted different things to eat. I had to look at how to cook for them and then cook so that I could support me as well. So what I did, and hopefully this will help some of you, if you have people in your home that's not on program, then they all need a good lean source of protein. They all need good vegetables. And, oh, thanks, honey. You're on video. And maybe they can have some of the starches. Maybe they can have a little bit of the rice, or maybe they can have some of the pasta. But let's look at not losing weight. Let's look at creating health. And what do people who want to create health do in their lives every day? And that's what this, I know I'm kind of getting all over the map here because this is very impromptu. So in that scope, I ate the protein and the vegetables. I made a starch for my family. There was stuff around my house, but I knew that I wanted something different. I had been through this before. I had failed before. I'd made all these wrong choices. Some of it was fear of failing again. But that's focusing on what you're losing in the process and not focusing on what you're gaining. And if you look at the choices that you make every day, the healthier choices. Do those things. You know, create a micro environment of health for you. So your kids and your family don't need a lot of these refined foods. People who are health conscious don't have a lot of those things in their house. So it's creating a different mindset. And that's what Stacy said. She started to focus on what she wanted rather than what she was trying to get rid of. So keep your focus clear. What are you trying to create in your life? And it's health. So today, what are those choices going to be that's going to support you in that? The other thing that I will say is that I don't know why, when we're faced with these temptations, that we choose the thing that's bad for us. You know, what is that saying? It's self-destructive. It's no different than an alcoholic looking for the drink, or someone who's trying to quit smoking. They reach for the next cigarette, or the drug addict wanting the drug, and they can't seem to get past the moment. And that's where the stop, challenge, and choose becomes really important. You need to stop. If you're faced with a temptation in your house, stop. What are you thinking about? Because there are thoughts that precede all of this. And I've shared this with some before, but I'll share it again. I realized as I was standing up one day, eating in my kitchen like this, I just stopped myself. I thought, what am I doing? You know, this was some years ago. And I couldn't figure out, like, I'm not even sitting down. I'm just grabbing like this. It had been preceded by a not very good conversation. I was upset and anxious. And the next thing I realized was, when I was growing up, you didn't have downtime. You didn't get to sit and kick back or whatever. I mean, it was always, you know, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. Every moment was controlled in our household. And I realized that by eating, I was doing something. So it was almost like I was giving myself permission to have that moment that I really needed to just step back, take a collective deep breath, kind of look at what's going on, sort through, and then choose what I needed to do next. Instead, I simply reacted, and I needed to have quiet time and a quiet moment, but I didn't know how to give myself permission for that. So when you find yourself in front of temptation, stop, take a deep breath, challenge what you're thinking about so that you can make the next choice, and the next choice can be a wise choice. Because it doesn't matter when anybody else around you is eating. It's your body. You're the one that will pay the health price for what you do. But that's still letting misery drive you. You need to let creativity pull you. So visualize what you want to create in your life. Set down your choices. Today, this is what I'm going to choose. This moment, this is what I choose. If it has to be moment by moment, then take it moment by moment. And if you start setting yourself up and putting yourself in situations where you know very well that there's a good likelihood that you're not going to choose wisely, then you need to back up that train of thought. So what do you want to create? And that creation needs to be strong enough to pull you where it is that you want to go. Because I see this happen frequently. People will end up in restaurants or gatherings or places where they know very well that they have difficulty. It's why I stay out of Mexican food restaurants. I can't go in them very often. It's a problem for me. So you know what? I choose to stay away from them as much as I can. Doesn't mean we don't ever go, but I look and listen at how I'm feeling in that moment, because if it's a vulnerable moment, why would I put myself in that position? So let's think about what you're creating. Get some of the stuff out of your house. Your family doesn't need it either. What are we teaching our family? What are we teaching our children? What are we training them to do? If we're creating health, they will follow your lead and they will work to create health. And pretty soon, because it's part of who you are and not something you're white knuckling and just what you do, they won't think anything about it either. But this happens slowly over time. It's all in these little steps. You're gaining health. So anyway, I hope that helps somebody this morning. I love you all. You guys are all doing a great job. There is no fail in this. We are on a journey to optimal health. And that is going to take all kinds of different, trips and detours along the way, because the road to success is never a straight line, right? It looks more like this. So, if you're in one of these, reach out, talk to us, talk to your coach. And, we talk to our coaches. That's why we have them. That's why for us, coaching is more than something that we do. We do this to help others. We do this to help ourselves. So I hope you guys all have an awesome day and talk to you soon.